Hello everyone, my name is Brenda Hazel-Gumbs and today I will present a video on how technology can support children with special needs. I hope this information will be beneficial to all viewers. In this video, a definition will be given on the term special needs. Briefly, two disorders concerning these special needs will be outlined. The video will entail how technology can assist these students with special needs. Furthermore, research will be highlighted to validate how this can be done. Additionally, a list will be drawn to the attention of the viewer of the services, programs, and resources that are in SYNCITS and how easily accessible they are. A brief description of autism spectrum disorder will be given. Also, how an iPad can be used to help the disorder. Furthermore, briefly I will give my opinion and views on the availability of the technology device that can be used to further enhance children with special needs in their learning and development. Definition of special needs. Children with special needs are children who may have challenges which are more severe than the typical child and could possibly last a lifetime. The term special needs can refer to an array of diagnoses and/or disabilities. Children with special needs may have been born with a syndrome, terminal illness, profound cognitive impairment, or serious psychiatric problems. These special needs may involve struggling with learning disabilities, food allergies, developmental delays, or panic attacks. Two common disorders. We have attention deficit hyperactive disorder, or ADHD. This condition typically includes symptoms in difficulty paying attention, hyperactivity, and impulsive behavior. Some children with ADHD have symptoms in all of these categories, while others might have symptoms in only one. Then we have ASD, Autism Spectrum Disorder. Autism spectrum disorder is a serious development disorder that appears in early childhood, usually before age 3. Though symptoms and severity vary, ASD always affects a child's ability to communicate and interact with others. How can technology support children with special needs? Technology allows for children with special needs to develop more with visual learning. It helps them to see things better right in front of them. They don't have to be straining their eyes. If they're having problems with their eyes, they can look at the device and they will be able to see much better. It allows for ease of personalization in the classroom. They can have something next to them where they could change the fonts so they could see better, or they can have different games where they want to play, and they can, with ease, they can face any challenges using technology. It helps the children to communicate. Sometimes the children may be unable to speak, but they can use a tablet, a computer to type what they want to say, to communicate through showing pictures. It also allows children to keep on task and remember to do things. Sometimes children don't remember what they have, so the alarm could go off and a picture could pop up to say, well, it's time for lunch. Another picture could pop up and say, it's time to clean up or scrub your teeth or take a bath. Also, it keeps them engaged and focused. They can play games while their parents are doing something. The games will help them to learn different strategies of doing things. They could play math games. They can play language games, ABC games, different kinds of games to keep them engaged and focused on learning. It also helps them with their fine motor skills as well, moving the mouse up and down, or if they're using a tablet, moving the screen up and down. What facilities we have in SYNCITS that offer services for special needs children? In our federation, we have skills learning centers for special needs children after they finish with school. The Addis Place is one of these centers. At the Addis Place, they learn dressmaking, they learn pottery, they learn how to join, they learn sewing, and they learn other skills that they will need to function in the real world. We also have a school for special needs children. This school allows for the facilitating of students between the hours of 8 to 3 p.m., where they learn under special conditions in particular classes at the Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School. At this school, we have children who are visually impaired, those who have speech impairment, and other disabilities. Special needs children, they learn just as much as the children in the mainstream, where they have teachers teach them with the sign language. And those who are just impaired visually, they enter the mainstream classes where they learn the normal social studies and maths, even though they're over at the Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School. We have our government of St. Kitts and Nevis now is presently engaged in a project where the students of the Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School will be getting a new wing that will be used to house computers to introduce technology in the classroom. This will allow the students to be exposed to different technological devices where they can enhance their learning and help them with their development. So when they go out in the work field, they will have some experience. A question was asked, one technological tool that parents can use to help a child with a disorder. I chose autism. New technology designed to improve the communication of autistic children can also help to promote interaction processes and cognitive and social development. The name of the device that I have chosen is the iPad, and the company that produces the hardware is called Apple. There are other companies that produces iPads as well, but I chose Apple because it has a lot of features that the children can use, and the parents can download different games, pay for different games that may not be available to other devices or other companies, or what other companies provide. The main uses of the iPad. Designed with special software to support language development and communication using digital pictures. Also, it can help children with ASD to comprehend and learn from symbolic information presented via tablet technology. It provides opportunity for the parents to have picture-based strategies, such as a picture exchange communication system, and focuses on visual spatial processing, which is a very good strength for children with ASD. The world for an autistic child is full of imaginary rather than words. On an iPad, an autistic child can create a sentence or even story using a series of images. The iPad apps for autism are easy to use and allow for children to put words and symbols together and eventually create sentences using images. Overall, it can be used to communicate with family and caretakers, help the child to learn, develop fine motor skills, relax, and have fun. The special need it targets, and a brief description of the disorder. Children with communication and social impairment, specifically those with autism, often use educational and recreational apps within the context of their home and school settings. Likely the most common use of technology to help children with autism is to improve communication skills and complete tasks. Now I have come up with one particular that I like most, which is the visual schedules. With visual schedules on tablets, it can be a great tool to help the child complete tasks and work on skills like self-care and daily living. For example, a visual schedule for an evening routine can help him or her to learn to manage time and gradually master a routine on his or her own. From an after-school snack to homework to brushing teeth and everything in between. These visual schedules can be very helpful in helping the child learn independent living skills, among much more. Brief description of autism. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a developmental disorder that affects communication and behavior in a child. Although autism can be diagnosed at any age, it is said to be a developmental disorder because symptoms generally appear in the first 2 years of life. Children with this disorder have difficulties with communication and interaction with other people. They also have restricted interests, and repetitive behaviors. Symptoms that hurt the person's ability to function properly in school, work, and other areas of life. In my research, I found that the availability of this iPad, the only drawback is that the iPad is very costly. It can cost up to $400 to $800 for the iPad. But in some instances, some non-profit organizations have helped parents to get the iPad for their children to help with their endless learning possibilities. My thoughts on the iPad availability. Technology is evolving every day. As technology is a drive behind globalization, it is important that every child is exposed to it at an early stage in their life. However, with technology, there is always a cost. Some devices will cost more than some based on the brand. Additionally, there are many different brands of iPads on the market. I believe that parents can afford to purchase another brand of the device and get the same or similar software that will help their child. Also, the parents of children with special needs who need to purchase a device and need help can contact or can make some inquiries to the government, especially social welfare. But in St. Kitts, we have a welfare department where you can go and get some assistance with educational devices or clothes or whatever that the child may need. Also, the education department is also responsible for supplying the schools with technological devices that will enhance learning. However, in my opinion, I believe that all the children who need an iPad or any other technological devices should be afforded the opportunity by the parent or education system. In closing, children with special needs should be afforded the same learning opportunities as any other child in the teaching and learning environment. Through technology, children with special needs can learn to communicate with their teachers, parents, and peers. They can also learn language and literacy skills with special design technological devices such as iPads. There are many programs and softwares that can be offered that can also assist the children and parents with these disorders. For example, using picture-based activities for language development. Additionally, these programs and software can help the child to manage their time, master routines, complete tasks, and help them work on life skills and daily living so they can function effectively in any setting. For example, knowing when it's time to go to school, or when it's time to take a break, or when it's family time, or when they want to watch a movie, they can use their iPad. And when they want to learn something new, they can go and use the iPad. Technology can benefit both children with and without special needs. Thank you very much for viewing my video presentation. I hope it will be a benefit to all my viewing audience.